These are the best new romantic movies you can watch on Netflix right now. Within these films, some of them fall in love in an airplane, sheep farm, and even amid a hurricane. Let's begin with the number 10, Purple Hearts. This one tells the story of Cassie, a server and aspiring musician who struggles with some financial difficulties while trying to stay on top of her diabetes. One night while working at the bar, she encounters a group of Marines, one of whom introduces himself as Luke. They work out a plan to get married just in order to take advantage of the military benefits. This results in the two trying to maintain their fraudulent image as a happily married couple, with the possibility of real love blossoming in the process. One of the best thing that makes the movie stands out among other military romance stories is the musical twist that's put into it. If you enjoy formulaic romance stories and you want to see one that's told with a unique musical twist behind it, you might want to check this one out. Number 9, Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between. It tells the story of a high school couple who meet halfway through their senior year and make a pact that they will break up at the end of the year and head to college single. The film begins with us seeing how they meet and how they connect, and the rest of the film is about Aiden planning one epic date night filled with events, so he hopes it is going to make Claire want to remain with him. Jordan Fisher and Talia Ryder play Aiden and Claire. Claire comes from a little bit of a tumultuous upbringing because of her mother's relationship issues, and Claire is trying not to follow in her mother's footsteps, so she really wants to concentrate on school. She wants to go to college. She doesn't want to be distracted by a relationship things. And Aiden is a straightforward high school student, but some of the best things is they each have a best friend who provides some levity, but then also some great pointed wisdom. So overall, Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between is a sweet and simple rom-com that doesn't give us too many surprises. Number 8, Falling in Love. So the movie Falling in Love is about a girl named Gabby, who's played by Christina Milian, and she loses her job and her boyfriend, but luckily she thinks her luck has changed. She wins an inn in New Zealand. Unfortunately, when she gets there, she realizes that it's not the beautiful, luxurious place that she thought. It turns out to be a complete dump money pit, and she decides to go ahead and try to fix it up. And in the process of that, she learns who she is, and also, of course, falls in love with handsome contractor. Like most rom-coms, that did start out with them kind of disliking each other. Gabby was this independent woman, and she didn't need help from this man, but as they spend more time together, you know what will happen next. Number 7, Happiness for Beginners. This stars Ellie Kemper and Luke Grimes as Helen and Jake. So a year after her divorce, her brother convinces her to go on this wilderness survival trip, and her brother's best friend is there as well. Going on this trip allows her to really reflect on her life. But then she encounters Jake, and they start to spark up this relationship. But it's not all about Helen needing to find love. It's more focused on her past and how she dealt with her divorce and how she is trying to find happiness. So early on, you understand where this film is going to go, but that's okay. It really embraces the style of this movie. So Happiness for Beginners did balance a lot of different storylines and different things that could make Helen happy. And overall, the movie was very sweet. And if you're searching for the perfect gift for your girlfriend or boyfriend, I'll include some top-notch Valentine's gift ideas. Link is available in the description. Number 6, The Secret Dare to Dream. So this movie follows a woman named Miranda Wells, played by Katie Holmes, a single mother of 3 kids. Her husband died in a plane crash a few years ago, and she no longer has enough money to support herself and her kids. As if life weren't hard enough, a freaking tree crashes through her roof during a hurricane, presenting Miranda with a whole new series of financial challenges. Despite challenges, Miranda soon meets the Bray Johnson, played by Josh Lucas, who subscribes to a philosophy of positive thinking that changes Miranda's world in more ways. So this movie is based on the best-selling book by Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. This is a very generic movie that we've seen before. Cute, charming. Yes, this does feel like kind of like a Lifetime movie, and those Lifetime movies can be entertaining. Number 5, Love at First Sight. Haley Lou Richardson and Ben Hardy star as Hadley and Oliver. So Hadley is a kind of irresponsible girl. She's late to her flight. Her phone's like dead because her phone average battery life is 21. And then she meets Oliver. He's very much the opposite. He's kind of a math nerd. He's always on time. And of course, his battery life on his phone is always in the 90s. Quick question, what's your current battery percentage? Feel free to drop a comment below. And back to the story. So they meet because she's late for her flight, and they kind of get get to know each other at the airport, and they're going to the same place for different reasons. They spend their time talking and falling in love, and the rest of the movie is them each navigating the reasons they came to London, along with trying to find each other. Number 4, A Perfect Pairing. The beautiful Victoria Justice plays a young woman who sells wine. She quits her job in hopes of starting her own wine distribution company, and she eagerly books herself a plane ticket to rural Australia to chase her first potential client, Vaughan Family Wines. Unfortunately for Lola, the Vaughan family is not interested in doing business with a new company. So eager to prove herself, though, Lola volunteers to fill a vacant position on the Vaughan sheep farm as a farmhand, and Lola discovers that Australia has introduced her to much more than just a love for entrepreneurship, with a newfound love for Max, played by Adam Demos. Just like in every rom-com, there is a moment of discovery, a moment where they argue. So, The Perfect Pairing is exactly what you expect it to be. It is a very cute, sweet romantic comedy that has 2 great leads. Number 3, A Tourist's Guide to Love. The movie tells the story of Amanda Riley, an executive for a professional travel tour company, who's faced with an unexpected breakup from her boyfriend. To get over the breakup, she travels to Vietnam to go on a tour and scout a potential purchase of the tour company, where she meets her guide Sen. However, she still has to maintain her cover while on the trip, which becomes hard to do as she and Sid develop an inevitable romance. They start off as friends, and then they eventually catch feelings for each other, and that slow build-up is so good. They both had good chemistry. They wanted to be around each other. Mitchell Lee Cook's character, coming off of this breakup, she just kind of wanted to get away, and she wasn't expecting much, but we see that genuine connection that these 2 characters had. And that's the best thing about this movie, is that relationship and the performances as well. If you like rom-coms and also love to travel and want to watch an easygoing story that combines both concepts, you might enjoy checking this out. And also, if you've been single for a while, you might be wondering how you can land a girlfriend. Check out this. It's totally free. Number 2, All the Bright Places. This romantic drama stars Elle Fanning and Justice Smith as Violet and Finch. They're paired up for a school project, and each trying to deal with their own problems. Violet trying to get over the death of her sister, while Finch seems upbeat, often feels emotionally distant, and struggles at school. However, as they begin to get closer, they begin to find new meaning in life and help each other look towards a brighter future. Their chemistry is fantastic, and they play off each other so well. They felt so natural. This movie is about dealing with trauma and trying to find something positive in the world. And the general feel of this is often kind of sad. When they're together, they're constantly trying to push through that sadness. And it has 2 fantastic performances from 2 main characters. Number 1, Always Be My Maybe. The story follows 2 neighbor kids who grow up together. They become best friends, and then they drift apart. Then 16 years later, they are brought back together through circumstances, and they begin to catch up. Ali Wong plays Sasha, and she is highly successful. And Randall Park plays Marcus. He is just kind of maintaining the status quo and not really taking any risks in life. Sasha, who is the chef, and she is back in her hometown of San Francisco to open up a brand new restaurant. The story is very predictable, and it is pretty funny and has a ton of heart. Ali Wong and Park have a ton of chemistry together, and they are backed by an amazing cast. And also, John Wick shows up here. Everybody knows Keanu Reeves is the nicest guy in Hollywood, but he doesn't play that in this movie. So that's all for today. And if you're into quick Netflix shows, don't forget to check out these best limited series on Netflix.